I know we are all getting ready for Apple's next September event, but I want to take a look into the future. No, not that future. No, not that one. Oh, come on! Not that one either. Yes, that one. Apple's fall 2024 products. I want to take a look at all of their fall product announcements, including new iPads, new AirPods, new M4 Macs, and because this is going to be a huge product lineup, Apple's second event may actually end up being more interesting than their first one. So let's talk about what Apple has planned for their October, and I'm gonna call this mostly a Mac event because that's what I'm expecting, their October Mac event, and what kind of updates can we expect to see roll out here. And let's start with the Mac lineup. I just called it a Mac event because this is the most obvious product lineup that is rumored to be getting a refresh this year, and we already have a pretty good idea of what it's going to be because we already have seen the M4 iPad Pro, so we know the M4 chip is ready. It's just waiting to be packed into a new MacBook Pro. And yes, that is the most obvious one, the entry-level M4 MacBook Pro. And now you might be thinking, why not put the M4 chip into the MacBook Air first? Well, don't forget that when Apple debuted the M3 chip, they debuted it in the MacBook Pro, and we actually just got the MacBook Air refresh not that long ago, like back in March with an M3 chip. So that is not the first product that is going to be updated. The first product that is going to be updated is a new M4 MacBook Pro, and this entry-level model is expected to be the same as the previous year, which was actually a pretty great upgrade because that ditched the old design with the touch bar. It got a 14-inch mini LED display, 2 Thunderbolt ports, an SD card slot, an HDMI port, and in terms of feature updates, that was really big for that time. So don't expect that many upgrades going into the entry-level MacBook Pro, and basically, what we're expecting here is just a spec bump from the M3 chip to the M4 chip. Now, yeah, this M4 chip will bring some significant benefits to the entry-level Mac lineup. It will feature significantly stronger single-core and multi-core CPU performance gains over the M3 model, along with a nice bump to GPU performance and increased energy efficiency. On top of that, it will also get a huge boost to its machine learning cores, which power the advanced artificial intelligence, or should I say Apple Intelligence features, that will be coming out with a future version of macOS. And I expect that to fully be the focus point of these MacBook announcements, showing off just how much faster the new M4 chip is at Apple Intelligence features like image generation, those powerful AI writing tools, the powerful better Siri, the smarter Siri, whatever you want to call it, right? Now, this version of the MacBook Pro won't be the only one announced at this event, though, and the more exciting rumors are those around the higher-end 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro, because these ones are actually going to be getting chips that we haven't seen before. That means we'll get our first look at the M4 Pro and M4 Max chips, which are rumored to bring some significant performance gains. And if you take a look at the M4 chip architecture, see how it's laid out, you can see that Apple put extra focus on CPU cores this year, moving the core count up from 8 CPU cores to 10. And that's because they packed in 2 additional efficiency cores into this model. However, last year, they did make a controversial decision to reduce the amount of performance cores on the M3 Pro chip from 8 to 6. This year, however, I think there may be a chance, considering the additional efficiency cores on the base M4 chip, that could mean that the M4 Pro chip will feature a 12-core design with 8 high-performance cores and 4 of the efficiency cores, thus giving it a huge boost in CPU performance compared to last year's M3 Pro model. For the M4 Max, I suspect that the max 16 CPU core count will remain the same, with the 12 high-performance cores and the 4 energy efficiency cores. But obviously, for both the M4 Pro and the M4 Max, these are going to be really strong with those performance gains. You're going to see a really impressive jump in CPU multi-core performance especially, but even single-core performance on the M4 Pro and M4 Max, it's going to be the same as the M4, but when you look at that power in the iPad Pro, it's already impressive. So when you start to figure that these are being packed into laptop bodies with not only more room to dissipate the heat, but better cooling systems, this M4 chip, especially the Pro and Max versions, are going to be really impressive. Like, even when we figure in that the GPU core counts on this are probably going to stay the same between the M4 Pro and the M4 Max, with the maximum GPU cores on the Max model being a 40-core GPU, this M4 Max chip, even with those gains, even with the cores staying the same, will outstrip the performance of the current Mac Studio and Mac Pro with an M2 Ultra chip, and that is being packed into something as small as a 14-inch laptop. More powerful than the highest end Mac Pro that Apple sells right now is kind of insane. Like, I think we kind of forget how much performance Apple is packing into laptop bodies here. And that in itself is really exciting. Even for me, as someone that is not planning to upgrade this year at all, because I'm very happy with my M3 MacBook Pro, I'm gonna have a hard time not being tempted to upgrade. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. Don't tempt me, Apple. Do not tempt me with those upgrades. Do stay away from me. I'm perfectly fine with my 16-inch MacBook Pro. I don't want to spend another $7,000 on an upgrade. Stay away. Stay away, please. Okay, it's gone. No! Now, besides the chip, you may be wondering if we are going to be in store for any major MacBook Pro design updates, as it's been quite a while since we've received any significant updates to the body of this 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro. And you may be wondering, because the iPad Pro got such a big upgrade this year, it got thinner, it got lighter, it got a new OLED display, are any of those upgrades coming to this year's MacBook Pro? Well, unfortunately, consider this year pretty much a spec bump upgrade across the entire lineup. And again, while the chip performance on all these new MacBooks may be impressive, there will not be any groundbreaking or noticeable hardware improvements coming to the 2024 MacBook Pro lineup. However, there are rumors that a 2025 or 2026 MacBook Pro could feature a major redesign with a focus on, you guessed it, being thinner and lighter, but also packing in impressive OLED display upgrades. So if you're willing to wait a year or two, there could be something more substantial for the MacBook besides just a chip upgrade. Now, while the M4 MacBook Pro refresh is the most obvious, I also think there's a good chance we could see some other Macs updated at this event. Namely, I also believe we should see an update to the Mac Mini, which completely skipped over the M3 chip upgrade, and it's long overdue for an update. Expect a simple update with pretty much the same design as before, but with an updated M4 and M4 Pro chip at a great price point. And when you look at the specs of the M4 in a Mac Mini at that low price point, that's going to be a really easy computer to recommend. As for the Mac Studio and Mac Pro, these also did not receive an M3 chip upgrade. However, unlike the Mac Mini, both of these computers also need to be updated with the M4 Ultra chip. So while it's possible Apple could introduce an M4 Max Mac Studio and save the Ultra chip announcement for later, it probably makes more sense to update the entire Pro desktop Mac lineup at the same time. I would expect to see the updates for the M4 Mac Studio and Mac Pro to be announced at Apple's annual Worldwide Developers Conference for 2025 in June. Now, even though Mac updates are what I'm expecting to see the most at this October event, don't forget, Apple has a lot of product announcements they are supposed to make before the end of this year. And while some of these products may be announced at Apple's September event, there is a high chance we could see a few of those pushed back to October, so they don't have a lot of products coming out at once. These products could include anything from the rumored AirPods 4, which have a slightly tweaked design and noise cancellation, as well as a USB-C charging case, or the new AirPods Lite, which feature the same design as AirPods 4, but without noise cancellation and focusing on a cheaper price point of just $99. There's also rumors about the new AirPods Max model, which is supposed to be updated with USB-C with lossless music playback. It could feature new colors. It may have an improved H2 chip with improved noise cancellation. And then there's another set of products we could see updated at this event, which are new iPads. The first on the chopping block would be a new iPad mini, which is rumored to feature the same design, not get that many updates, but it's rumored to get a slightly tweaked display that could fix the jelly scrolling issue and a new A17 Pro chip that would make it capable of running Apple Intelligence features, all on Apple's smallest iPad. Then there's that entry-level iPad, which actually just received a really nice price cut, making it a lot more desirable. And this too is rumored to be receiving an update. And while it was first rumored to just receive an A16 chip, the more I thought about it and the more I analyzed why Apple would be rushing out iPad updates, the less it made sense. Because hear me out, that would mean that this iPad, one of their top sellers, would not gain access to all of the new Apple Intelligence features because it requires an A17 Pro chip or newer. And yes, while Apple could be doing this to try and force people to buy the more expensive iPad models, it kind of doesn't make sense to introduce a new product at this point that does not get access to these new Apple Intelligence features, which even Tim Cook says are going to boost sales across the entire lineup. So I would expect that this regular iPad update may feature an A17 Pro chip so it too can run all of these Apple Intelligence features. Or maybe Apple could just put an M1 chip into this entry-level iPad, which is also capable of running Apple Intelligence. And at this point, the M1 chip might actually be cheaper to produce than the latest A series chip. So that's actually something I can definitely see them doing. And then this iPad would also gain access to all of those advanced features that are on the pro level iPads like Stage Manager. So the more I think about it, the more I think about how Apple is marketing the iPad, putting an M1 chip into this, giving it Apple Intelligence features, giving it all the features that you can get with an iPad Air, that would make for a really killer value, and I think they might deliver on that. And then you have the wild card announcement of a new HomePod coming out, this time with a display built in. That again may feature a big chip upgrade so it can run Apple Intelligence. None of the current HomePods right now have a powerful enough chip to run Apple Intelligence, so that is something they need to figure out. And then with the screen, they can really showcase all of these Apple Intelligence features running on a new HomePod. They can give it this big announcement. They can make it really fit into the smart home. So it's a wild card announcement because there's not too many concrete rumors on it. But again, it is something I could see Apple releasing or previewing and maybe saving, the release date for next year at Apple's October event or maybe like a November event or something like that. Either way, these are the products that I am expecting to be updated either in a September or the second October Apple event. And with all of these product announcements, it looks like it is going to be a very busy fall for Apple and for me. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about these rumored products? Yeah, I flubbed that one. You know what, we're gonna keep it in. And let me know which one you're excited to buy. As always, if you like this video, give me a like. If you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed. Again, I'm gonna be very busy in just a month. I'm already dreading it because I feel like I'm already behind. I feel like I got stuff to do. And it's like, oh no, the new iPhones are coming out. The new Macs are coming out. It's busy Apple season in just a month. So make sure you're subscribed. And I got a lot planned, so I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you again. Love all of you. Enjoy the rest of your August. Have the best summer possible before you got to start up school again and all that stuff. I know it's tough out there. Oh, and the election too. Oh gosh. Pray for me. Pray for us.